Sheila. It is Talk It Out Tuesday.
Good morning, Morgan County students. Welcome to Positive Action. Mrs. Hott with Miss Shama are here for another day for Teacher Talking Tuesday. Well, we get to meet people in Morgan County who care about you, our students. And look over there. I see one of our bus, and that's Miss Kim. See her? Say hi, Miss Kim. Let's go talk to her. All right, good morning, Morgan County children. Welcome to Positive Actions. Today is Teacher Talking Tuesday, where you and your teachers get to make discoveries about each other and our Cougar community. Today we have a new friend. Can you say hi?
Hi,
Tell everybody your name.
my name is Kim.
Miss Kim! Guess what Miss Kim does here in Morgan County? She is one of our awesome bus drivers. So today, Kim, we want to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks so much for being here. It's like 1,000,000 degrees out here, isn't it?
Yes, at least.
So I'll try to be quick. Okay, but we do want to know a couple things about your job and Positive Action. So our Morgan County students can hear that Positive Actions happens all over our community. But let's start off with this question. Can you tell the children this? When you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I thought about this question,
Yeah?
and it's the first time it ever occurred to me in my life that I didn't really ever think about being a grown-up when I was a kid.
Wow!
I didn't. I really just loved being a kid. And
Oh, that's cool.
I never thought
Yeah.
about being a grown-up. So I think for all the kids that think they know what they want to be, that's awesome. But if you don't even think about being an adult, that's really awesome.
That's cool too, because it's cool to be a kid, right? Yeah. And just like we say in Positive Actions, there's only one you. That's the best you can be. Is exactly who you are, and a kid. Oh, you're awesome, Kim. Yeah, cool. So let me ask you about Positive Actions now. What positive actions do you do in your job every day driving the bus in Morgan County?
Well, I'm glad you said every day, because I think positive actions are little bitty things all the time, but they're also things that you do every day. And to create a positive environment on the bus, you need stability. And I think for stability, for me as a bus driver, dealing with a lot of kids while I'm moving, some of the most important things to give stability are very clear boundaries and consistency. So I think that brings a really positive environment to the bus, and the kids can have an overall good ride, every kid.
And they're safe.
Yeah,
Right.
they're safe.
Right.
The kids that want to talk can talk. They have a person they can talk with, and the kids that want to take a nap can take a nap, and they all know what to expect. So I think having very clear boundaries and being consistent with them gives an overall positive environment.
That's awesome. I love that. That's great. Now, some days I guess it's probably, I don't know how you do it, like when the weather's bad, or when it's raining, or there's traffic. There's especially Fridays, right?
Yes.
So my next question is this. To come every day and pick up, I don't know how many kids can fit on here. What inspires
74.
74? Wow. What inspires you every day to bring your bus and drive our kids around? What's your inspiration?
Well, my inspiration personally is that as a driver, a bus driver in Morgan County, I not only get to work with kids, but I get to work with their families. So I think that's a really exciting thing for me to know that I'm not dealing with just one kid, but I'm dealing with their entire family, and I get to make a difference and connect with people.
Oh, yeah.
We're not teaching the kids to read or write, but we're teaching them manners
Right.
and values.
The values, that's perfect. The golden rule happens
Right.
on your bus, happens here at the school.
How to deal with people, how to
Happens
deal with
at-
crowds. Not something they get on social media because they're behind a screen. So learning how to sit with 3 people on a seat is something that they wouldn't learn anywhere else in life.
Right.
So unless they move to a metropolitan area and ride a city bus.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, and making those connections is going to happen here on a bus when they're communicating in a social environment, and for our positive actions to carry through for our community. You provide a great classroom here on wheels for
Exactly.
that. That's cool too. Oh, Kim, you're awesome. Well, while we have your bus here, Does your bus have a name? That's a random.
1203.
1203. Okay. My car has a name. I was wondering if this car.
No, I've never done that, but 1203.
Well, the kids named my car Pippin, White Pippin. Yeah, it's a Chevrolet Pippin. But since 1203's here, what are some things you can share? If we could go inside, can
Sure.
you show us some safety features or things, just like highlights that we should know when we're on the bus?
Absolutely.
Cool. Let's go on 1203. Here we go. Get out of here. Hey, we're back on Kim's bus 1203. Here's Kim. This is in her driver's seat for one of our buses on Morgan County. Kim, can you tell us a little bit about what you were just saying about safety and concern on the bus? What's it like driving this big classroom around?
A lot of different components to safety on the bus. There are things on the bus, emergency hatches and windows and doors that all we go over at least twice a year. Most drivers go over it more than that. And if you ever take a trip, well, in case kids don't regularly ride, we go over it so kids know how to get on and off the bus. We teach them how to use our two-way radios, the older ones, the high schoolers, so in case something happens to us.
Oh, wow.
The two-way radio is our connection to
Oh.
our dispatch and
Is that-
also to the board and the
Dispatch
schools.
is over by Widmeyer?
Dispatch is the bus garage.
Uh-huh.
And then
Okay.
these radios can be heard in all the schools and the board as well.
Oh, I've noticed that at checkout
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
So when we're
that's
reaching
where,
out-
I've heard you on
Yeah.
the bus, and that's how
That's
that
it.
happens?
That's how we do it.
And
on
Mr.
there.
Cable can talk to you, right? Because he
He can do it from the office or with a walkie-talkie that he uses.
Speaking of Mr. Cable, did you? Oh, we paused for a second.
We'll pause.
Did you need Kim? She's
Yeah.
telling us about.
We have emergency exits, so there's safety features on the bus. As far as the kids being safe on the bus, the main things are going to be sitting in the seat the right way because we don't have seat belts. So these seats are designed for crash protection. So if they're sitting the right way, that is going to save their life and injury in many cases. That's important. That's one of my strictest rules.
And you were saying when we came on that capacity is
77. That's 3 to a
77.
seat.
Okay, you want to try it?
Sure, let's
Okay.
try it.
3 to a seat.
In every seat except that very back right side one, then it's
Okay.
slated for 2 people. So you're gonna try to come sit with us?
Yeah, come on up, Shayma.
Okay.
So high school.
And this is with a backpack? At least one backpack.
with the backpack. Room for all
Slide
three.
on in.
Let's take a selfie. Can that work? Take a selfie. We're safe on the bus.
So see if the kids are carrying
Oh
on and
my
playing,
goodness.
and it's like recess.
Oh, Kim, I'm having
So
a hot flash.
it's not good because now Angie wants to take a nap and she can't.
Ah, it's hot in here.
So it's important for him to sit the
What
right
if I
way.
do this?
No,
I need
you're
it.
not allowed to do that. Come back
I
in the
can't-
bus, Angie.
But
There's
I'm
always
having a hot
one
flash,
troublemaker.
Oh, that's not safe because, I've heard stories of somebody could lose an arm.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
hang your arm
actually-
out of a bus.
Believe it or not, that's a common rule, is like not being outside the windows. And
Yeah.
I've never had a big problem with that. Occasionally you get kids that will throw something
Oh, God.
out. And if it's paper or gum, that's not a big deal. But a soda bottle, that could be
Oh,
a big
man,
deal. But
yeah.
the biggest issues we have daily is them sitting
That's
the right
that's
way.
Now,
And then having a volume that's low enough
Volume,
so
same
that I
time.
can hear my radio, I can hear the noises on the bus, and that they can hear me if I need to give them a direction.
and you have to hear the traffic that's going on.
Yes.
Because just in
Yep.
my little car in Pippin,
Yeah.
when I have all the kids in there, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
stop, I can't hear what's going on,
Right, well, if you have 77 voices all talking really loud, you can't hear anything, and the bus engine's loud, so keeping their volume, sitting the right way, keeping their volume low, and then keeping everything contained in a backpack. If they have books and pencils and things out, then you get holes poked and
Oh,
people
yeah.
stabbed and papers
so
flying.
cramped.
We have papers flying this week all down the aisle. And
You
so
get the wind moving, it gets some circulation going, right?
those are the 3 biggest things, I think, as far as the kids being able to do things themselves and the parents being able to support us to help keep the bus route safe.
And you know what? Just like we've been talking about Mr. Cable, we've been talking about our school being a community, right? And getting along in our school. It's the same thing here on the bus.
Yep.
Under different circumstances, but using the same positive actions. The golden rule, respecting each other on the bus, and being in this teeny little space. And you're way out in that part. How long's your bus ride, like for your longest? time?
I'm
guys?
about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes.
The whole loop?
Yeah.
Wow. So some kids are on here maybe an hour till they
Mm-hmm.
get home. And I know it's going to filter out, but still that's a commitment when you're in a space with your bus buddies.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes in the morning it's they're, winding up, getting ready to go to school, and winding down at the end of the day. So I try to make sure the environment is okay for them to just relax and wind down. Sometimes they
Yeah.
don't want to be stimulated and talk. They don't
Right.
want to, they might have chatty Kathy next to them, and they might just want to, this is my first space to breathe, and then when I get home, mom's going to be on me for homework and setting the table. So that I want them to be able to. And so my rules kind of incorporate that each person has a right to their space, their comfort, and their preference, but it has to work for the good of all, for the bus.
This is the things you told. Yeah, boundaries. That's great. Kim, you're awesome. You should come in the classroom someday.
I do a lot sometimes. I used to. I haven't lately.
Maybe we could do that. All right. Well, I should say thanks. Kim, thank you so much for bringing Bus 1203
You're
for
welcome.
Positive Actions today. We will see your feature for Teacher Features on Tuesdays. We have a live vlog here at Warm Springs Intermediate School. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Have a positive day.
I am a positive action kid. That's what I am.